Hey guys, J77 here doing a vlog update. In case you guys have not known by now, a film that I honestly thought that was not going to do well due to advertisement reasons, at least in New York, and due to the content of the film, may not do well in the box office, but probably would have done well in terms of recognition by the awards committee, whether it be Golden Globes, Academy Awards, or whatever. Well, 2 weeks later, The Help have actually taken sole possession of first place, and I'm just ecstatic by the news. I'm actually very, very happy about this. As you well know, I had made a vlog about it. Not a review, but more about my displeasure on how this film was being, excuse me, advertised by certain media, especially in the newspaper. The newspapers really did a poor job of getting information as to where these movies was being played. I also showed in demonstration of some of the papers where they were showing a big one-page spread on two movies that had their own page with every information of movies theaters that's being played. But when it came to The Help, it just showed the names of the actresses. Sorry, the name of the movie, the critically acclaimed reviews. But they didn't show anything in regards of where these movies were being played. I have to look these things up at and the movie index, which, to be honest, I shouldn't have to, because they should have shown it alongside with the advertisement clipping. And a lot of people told me, well, it's basically they probably didn't have enough money to place the advertisement ad for theaters. I'm not buying that. It was clear-cut case of certain people in the media, a lot of newspapers, including The Voice, which didn't even show this movie in their papers. They didn't even advertise this movie in this paper. There was a lot of newspapers that was not giving these films any information, and even so, the commercials were very, very loose. They would not. They showed the commercials for this movie on very unusual times, and it really annoyed me to the point where I'm saying, well, what? Damn, they just want this film to fail. Well, guess what? It's not failing. It's doing very well in the box office. It was in second. I think it was second and third last week. Now it's in first. And I'm very happy for this movie. This movie deserves a lot of praise. It's just one of those films that that should be looked at, if anything else, not as more of entertainment, but more of a learning experience to understand what really went down in the old South. And most importantly, even though this is not a true story, it's basically more fictional, but it's based on actual events that probably happened surrounding the story within itself. This film should be, if anything, we should learn from what is being said still, in order to remember it and not repeat the same mistake again. And they always say you can't repeat the same mistakes if you don't learn from it. And this film, if it doesn't hit you hard, I don't know what to tell you. But this film, I'm very happy for it. It's definitely doing well. Got good reviews, with the exception of one newspaper which gave it 2 stars, and that's the Daily News, which I often question nowadays, because they gave this film 2 stars, but they gave Judy Moody and the Not So Bum of Summer 5 stars. Not 4, not 3, 5. So I'm kind of curious on what made Judy Moody a much better film than The Help. If anybody can tell me that, please let me know. But yeah, I'm happy about it. I'm actually feel they're doing well, and that pretty much tells me a lot about the audience that came here. Clearly, this film did well because of word of mouth. The word of mouth really got to be the strong voice for this film, and that's always a good sign when somebody sits down, enjoy the film, and recommend it to their friends. And I always say this: if you have a great film, a film that is worth seeing, the people will speak about it. The people will talk about it, and they will tell their friends, and their friends will tell their friends, and then all of a sudden you have a new crowd coming in, and those, word of mouth always help the film more than any commercial, more than any advertisement, because those are the people who spend their hard money, and those are the people who are giving their hard recommendation. Not the critics, not the the studios who put the nice pretty little trailers and show the big special effects, but the people who watch the movies, the moviegoers who watch the movies. And I'm very happy that the moviegoers have talked about this film. I also want to address one thing before I go on to the other stuff here. For those who thought I was being, my rant was racially motivated, it wasn't. Believe me, The Help was just one of many films that I find very interesting how these films are being influenced by the media. Dawn Dog is one of those movies. I wanted to see this film, and it was not playing anywhere in New York. It was like 1 or 2 theaters, but it was so far distance. I said forget it. Another movie, pretty much, and deservedly so in many ways, was Dragon Ball Evolution. This film was never advertised. It came quietly, it left quietly. And I'm kind of glad because I did see it on video, and yeah, it was terrible. I'm not even gonna lie, it was horrible. But the Hoodwink 2, this film, I can tell you, I wanted to see it. It did have commercial for it. They did advertise it, but it never gave us any theater release. It just came and just went, and I'm kind of sad because I actually thought it was interesting. I understand that that's the people who told me about it. It was the graphics, the animation was pretty much poor, but the overall acting was not bad. The story was pretty good. And as for the animation before, this film was to come out years ago. It didn't came out, and that was the reason probably why they never really polished it up. That's probably one of the reasons why I feel that that failed in terms of getting recognition with the crowd. But like I said, with certain films that should give a chance to be released, I feel that the media should at least give it, if anything else, a local. Give it the local advertisements alongside with the posters. That way, at least, like I said, I'm not worried about going to Suffolk County or Westchester County or Jersey. I'm not going to go to those areas. I'm going to go within the 5 boroughs. So give me the 5 boroughs, or at least Manhattan, at least. Give me Manhattan, give me Brooklyn, give me Queens, give me Bronx. If anything else, just give me a theater that's in my local area. That's all I care about. And the fact that they didn't do that I got to do a text message just to get my movie, and I got to, just call a number, that's telling me a lot. That's telling me that you really don't feel this film is worthy of even putting the film description, and that's why I was really upset. And I backed up my story when I showed the papers. If you look at at my old video when I did it, I show you the newspaper clippings. It's not like I just said it out of my mouth and not what I was talking about. I show you a newspaper clipping of 2 movies that had one whole page of every movie every theater being played. And I show you the help is not being, shown. So don't think I'm just saying it out of my mouth. That was that reason, and I backed it up with those papers. And I'm kind of curious on how they're gonna treat this film now that it's getting recognition by the moviegoers and by almost most of the critics. Another thing, a friend told me this when we were talking. He said that probably the reason why the medias, the newspapers, and pretty much commercials were very hesitant of advertising this movie is because they don't want to give people the wrong impression. They don't want this movie to give people bad feelings towards the opposite race. Look, I'm gonna say this right now. There's no denying that anybody who sees it, including me, there's gonna be some feelings brought up with this movie. However, I'm aware that what happened years ago, I wasn't around for that. I can't hold animosity towards somebody who wasn't even responsible for that. So I'm not going to do that. If anything is, I'm going to learn from this movie. learn from what they're trying to teach me, what message they're going to bring, analyze it, and make sure it stays with me for at least saying, okay, this is what happened. I'm going to make sure that this does not happen again, at least from my end. And that's more important. If the person is, is looking for, looking for somebody to blame, and they're going to use this film as a crutch, then that person, yeah, he shouldn't see that film. But to say that everybody's going to feel that way, I'm not buying that. Everybody has their own taste in film. Everybody has a choice whether or not how they're gonna feel about this film. Not everybody's gonna like this film, of course. But to say that everybody's gonna, feel anger towards the opposite race, that is not. No. You can't determine that. You have to give the information out and let them decide for themselves. If anything, and I'll say this straight up, if anything, most people won't see this film because of that reason. They know they probably bring up some bad memories. They know they probably bring up some bad feelings towards somebody else, black or white. And they probably won't see it for that reason. I know a lot of people say they won't see it because if I see it, I'm going to get pissed off, and that's it. So that's one of the things that people are aware. They know their limits. They know their feelings, and they know their taste in film. So I'm not going to make that's not an excuse to me. Give the people the information about the movies that's being played and let them decide. That's just my own take on that. You may think differently, but that's just my own take on that. One last thing is, because The Help was #1, I can right now see that this Conan film and Fright Night, well, more on Conan than Fright Night, is going to be an absolute disaster this year. I was not for Conan the Barbarian. I had a dream about it being made, but being made the right way. I saw this trailer. I was not impressed by the trailer. Not impressed at how they did it. I'm still going to see the movie, but to me, there's only one true Conan. Even with the second one being as PG-ish and as dumb as it was, Arnold Schwarzenegger made that character, and it is virtually going to be impossible to find somebody else who plays not only just Conan, but other roles as well. I mean, I didn't have a problem with Terminator Salvation, but clearly it missed it, that Arnold Schwarzenegger feeling. I'm not getting against Sam Worth, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's his baby right there. That's his movie. So yeah, when Conan came out, when I heard about it, I said, I don't think too many people's gonna be jumping in the bandwagon on this movie. Don't ask me why they did Spy Kids 4. I thought I don't even want to talk about that. And as for Fright Night, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was surprised that they made Fright Night, because when I saw Fright Night in the '80s, it was pretty fun. I actually enjoyed myself with Fright Night. It was cool. You had the girl from Married with Children. She became a star at Married with Children. I saw 2, although I'm gonna tell you right now, if anybody's looking for 2, I'm gonna let you know it's not available for DVD. It's out of print. I hope with this release of this new one that they bring those 2 movies back. I'll probably do as a 2-disc set, or just have it one disc, one side Fright Night and one side Fright Night Part 2, because they were fun films and I enjoyed them. So I hope they bring those films back. And pretty much basically that's. Oh yes, I almost forgot before I turn it off. How is this possible that Smurfs is still in the top 5? I understand I'm doing this probably around 8 o'clock. It's not 9 o'clock now. No, it's actually 9:31. Damn, time's flying fast. But hopefully by midnight, some of the movies will tally up their scores, and that film will be knocked out of the top 5. It is unbelievable how this film is continue. It's not been a good year for me with the hit and miss. This film I did not think was gonna. I thought it was gonna fail. This film is now in its 4th week, and it's still among the top 5. Are you kidding me? Oh man, I mean, I don't even call it the Smurfs. I call it a product placement, the movie featuring the Smurfs. That's how I see it. But I guess people out there likes this movie. I don't know what to say, but they do like this film. Well, that's just about it. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Hope you guys have a nice week. It's gonna be a while before I put another video up. If in all, I hope you guys take care of yourself and be safe. Until then, it's J77 signing off.